Laying at the feet. What does that mean? Let's talk about that. 5 minutes with Frankie. Yeah. Good morning, beautiful people. Crossroads. Not a sponsor. So, the feet. Weird thing, huh? Smelly, sometimes dirty. Some people like them a little bit more than normal. But feet is a kind of a, if you're at somebody's feet, it's kind of a humbling experience, right? So just think of, a king or somebody in charge or somebody powerful, and you're really begging for your life or begging for something, of necessity. Where would you go? Would you just stand up and say, hey, I need this? Or, just bend one knee and say, can you just give me this? No, you would be like prostrate. You would be like out, cold. You'd be like putting your hands out and kissing their feet. Because that is a humbling experience to come into somebody's powerful presence and know that they are the only one that can actually give this to you. There's no other help. There's no other way you can get it unless you actually get to the bottom of their feet. That's a humbling experience. So, as I read the book of Ruth, I imagine that Boaz is kind of a typology or a type of Jesus because there's so many similarities, and he's a kinsman redeemer. We're going to talk about that later. But Ruth would be considered, if Boaz is a type of Jesus, then Ruth would be considered a type of the church or the bride of Christ. And so when you read this, it kind of has that context because you're like, why would she even do this? That is just a weird thing. So Naomi told Ruth, hey, we're going to need a house. We're going to need some place to live. We're going to need somebody to protect us. So I want you to go to Boaz after he has eaten and drinking and drunk, whatever the past tense is. And when he goes to sleep, find him and sleep at his feet. Uncover his feet and sleep at his feet. Now, this guy works hard in the field. He works hard all the day long. His feet probably are, a little ripe after he washes it with water. So here's Naomi saying, hey, Ruth, go sleep at the bottom of his feet. And then this happens. Ruth chapter 3, verse 8. In the middle of the night, something startled the man. Duh, there's a woman laying at your feet. Hello. Anyway. In the middle of the night, something startled the man. He turned, and there was a woman lying at his feet. It's amazing how something so simple as sleeping at someone's feet can be a symbol of humbleness and saying, hey, you're a part of my kinsman redeemer, you're part of my family, lay your blanket over me, and then in the morning you go and we'll settle this up with the elders. And that was really cool. And so I think the same thing as the church. We need to humbly bow ourselves to Jesus' feet. We need to say, look, Jesus, you're the only one that can bring us to salvation. You're the only one who can help us to get to the home in heaven. You're the only one that can save us from all this mess that we're having in this world. And so I think that's a humbling experience to say, hey, Jesus, we're at your feet. And the really cool thing is every time that somebody went at the feet of an angel or the feet of Jesus, what did they both do? Both of them said, first of all, do not fear. And then they said, stand up. But they said that. They gave them the authority to stand up. Not coming into Jesus saying, hey, I'm everything. Yeah, I'm standing up. He'll put you down. Remember, he said that the pride will be put down and the humble will be lifted up. And so I think this is a perfect picture of the church and Jesus. And it really puts it in context when you think about that. So, my challenge for you today is, how are you going to humble yourself to Jesus' feet? So he may lift you up. Not yourself, not your money or your fame or your fortune or your job or your pride, but Jesus will lift you up. How are you going to do that? I love you. Jesus loves you too. Oh, tonight, 7 o'clock p.m., Ash Wednesday, over at the church building, if you'd like to join us. I love you. Jesus loves you too.
Are we going to live stream it?
I don't know. just check out Facebook in case we do live stream it. Okay, love you, bye.
What is that noise? You start the wash?